Hey everyone, I appreciate you tuning into my channel. If you would like to see how I created this look on my friend Brittany, then please stay tuned. So we started off with a freshly washed face. There is absolutely nothing on Brittany's face at this time. And then we're going to go in with the Mineralized moisturizer and apply that all over her face. So I'm showing the Real Technique sponge because I'm going to use that in a few. But that sponge was soaked with water and I squeezed all the water out so that it could be damp. So she has an oily T-zone, so I'm going to use the Ever Matte primer from Becca, and I'm going to apply that on her forehead, her nose, a little bit on her cheeks and chin. She told me that those are all of the areas where she experiences oil. Now I'm going to use the MAC Prep and Prime on all of the other areas where I did not put the Becca primer on. And Brittany brought over the NYX foundation. It's the Ever Matte but not flat, something like that. And it's only like $7 and it's a pretty good foundation. It was full coverage as well. So I'm just blending that in with the sponge. Now I'm going to use the Cowboy brow in the number 4 color, and I'm going to use an angle brush to apply that onto her brows. Brittany already has pretty full brows, so I didn't have a hard time trying to fill them in. Now we're going in with the LA Girl concealer in the color Fawn. With that same brush, I just wiped it off really good. I'm going to use that to outline her eyebrow. This will clean up any unnecessary or unwanted hairs. And it'll also give your brows a pretty glow. Now I'm going to use a concealer brush and I'm going to blend out that concealer. It's very important to blend out concealer. If not, then you can have that ugly cast in your pictures, or your eyebrows will look like they're glowing, or they'll just look too fake. So make sure you take your time and blend out your concealer. I get as close as possible to the actual eyebrow and then I pull the opposite direction. So right now I'm pulling down instead of up. Now don't worry about the concealer looking not so neat. So I'm going in with the same eyebrow brush and I'm going into just a chocolate color eyeshadow to set her eyebrow. Since her eyebrow had the cabal on it, I still want to make sure I set it even though the cabal's not very creamy. Now I'm going in with a spoolie and I just brushed her brows, and this is MAC's Paint Pot in the color Soft Ochre. I use this for an eyeshadow base. I've used it on all skin tones and it works. It dries pretty fast in my opinion, so when you put it on, make sure you move it around pretty fast. Now I'm using, I think this is the color Corduroy from MAC with a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm just placing that into the crease of her eye. Going back and forth, small circular motions. Now I'm going in with the flat eyeshadow brush with the color Rice Paper from MAC, and I'm pulling it down on her lid. Not packing it, but pulling it. So I completed the first eye. So on this side, I'm just pulling it down And the way that I make it like I guess like a perfect crease is right here. I'll lift the lid up and I'll continue to pull, and then I'll trace the natural shape of her eyeball. Like you will feel your client's or yourself's eyeball as you trace it with the brush. Now, with that same brush, I'm going to go back in. This color is Espresso. That's the name of it. That's what I use in the crease, and I'm going to also use this on the corner of her eyes. Brittany asked for a look that was not too dramatic. Now I'm going in with Inglot number 77. This is my favorite eyeliner, and I'm just using any eyeliner brush. I don't like to throw so many names out for brushes because over the years I found out that all brushes kind of do the same if they're made for that particular skill. So if you need an eyeliner brush, I'm quite sure most eyeliner brushes will be okay. Now I'm using the Diamond Glow powder from Artist Couture in the color Lickable, and I'm using the same eyeshadow brush which I applied the rice paper on. And I'm just highlighting her brow bone. Now I apologize that the eyeliner skipped. The video just kept stopping like over and over again, and I don't know why it was doing that, but if you would like to see how I do a wing eyeliner, just comment below or let me know and I could do a quick tutorial. So now I'm taking that same Fawn LA Girl concealer and I am highlighting her forehead, bridge of her nose, sides of her nose, cheeks a little bit, around her mouth and her chin. And I'm still using that same concealer brush. Now, once you do this, you'll notice how the concealer will start to clean up, any area. So now I'm using the MAC NW55 concealer. Once again, my camera shut off, so you didn't get to see me blend out the concealer, the Fawn. So I just used the same sponge and I blended it. I just, just like how I did the foundation. Now I'm contouring her cheeks, the sides of her nose, and her itty bitty forehead. Brittany has a little forehead, so she really didn't need much contouring. So I'm taking that same sponge. It's still damp, and I am just blending it out. Now, the video skipped. So I'm taking this tapered brush and I'm using the color NW43 in the Studio Fix powder, and it is like the same color as Fawn. So I'm just taking that and I'm setting her highlight concealer. I like to set the concealer with a powder that is very identical. So for me, when I do my highlight, I use the color NC35 or NC42, whichever one I'm feeling like doing. And then I would like to use a powder that is the same color or close to it to set it. This will help with your blending. So whatever concealer you use, if you have a color powder that's close to it, I recommend you use it. Now I'm using the Makeup Shayla Tartiest contour palette, and it smells so good. I'm using the darkest contour color for Brittany, and I'm just placing that anywhere where I've put the dark concealer. And the concealer that I used was the LA Girl Dark Cocoa. Now I'm using the Ben Nye in the color Topaz. I'm going to bake her face again. Since Brittany also has oily skin, it'll help her from having a lot of oil just ooze out throughout the day. And now I'm just dusting it off with a fluffy brush. Now, after you do that, make sure you go back with that same powder that's like the color of the concealer and go back over it. That will eliminate having that, what do you call it, like that ghostly look when you take pics. Now I'm using a fan brush and I am applying the Lickable on the highest points of her cheeks. That's the same Lickable Diamond Glow powder from Artist Couture that I used on her brow bone, and it is beautiful. And now I'm adding it on the bridge of her nose. Now with the angle brush, I'm going in on her cheeks in between or just all over her highlight and her contour with the blush. So today we decided to use, well, that day, we decided to use the color, I believe, I forgot. So I'll put it somewhere on this video. Now with a flat brush, eyeliner brush, I'm going in with Espresso from MAC under her lash line. So we got the wispy lashes in the blue case, and I'm using the Black Duo glue. And before I apply lashes, I comb through with mascara with the spoolie. I don't just, just go under the lashes and, the generic twist and move up. I like to go on top of the lashes and pull. Any fallout from the eyeshadow will be covered up with the mascara. Now, I would say you could use any mascara, it will work. I'm using the MAC in Extreme in Dimension just because that's my favorite one, but any mascara will do because you're putting lashes on. I apply lashes with my hands. Now I'm using the Mineralized Skin Finish in the color Dark, and I'm going to put that everywhere else where I did not put powder, and it'll also help blend. Now for her lip, we're going in with MAC's liner in Mahogany, and I'm going to line her pretty little lips. Mahogany is a color that everyone should own. Now the Kat Von D Bow and Arrow, and I'm going to apply it with a lip brush. This is just a generic lip brush. It was about $2 from the Makeup Artist Project store in Houston. And this is a great combo. Now I'm spraying her face with with Fix Plus spray, and I'm going in with MAC see-through lip glass. Now with the Inglot pigment in the number 115, with that same eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to apply that on the highest point of her eyeball, if that makes any sense, like right in the center. And using Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy eyeliner glitter, I'm going to just apply that right on top of it. Now we are finished. She looks beautiful. Get it, girl. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, everyone.